Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 11 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Wednesday morning, the 29th day of April, 2026. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE, 90.9 FM over the airwaves right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast at 103.3 FM. And, of course, if you're hearing my voice anywhere else on the planet, you've gone to our website to tune in, ksje.com, or maybe you're listening through the KSJE radio app. It is great to have you with us this morning, nevertheless, of course, and welcome to the people who are watching me right now. The video of this program streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. Coming up this morning, a great conversation about what's planned for Riverfest 2026. It is coming up, of course, Memorial Day weekend here in Farmington, where we celebrate the rivers. Lots to tell you about, some changes, some other things going on, some great entertainment lined up, and vendors and much, much more. So stay tuned for that conversation. It begins in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then, of course, a reminder, Mick Hess is going to take us roving with the arts. That's our long-running weekday classical music program, starting about an hour from now at 9:06 on KSJE. It's a special 90-minute version of Roving with the Arts on Wednesdays, of course, to take us to 10:30. And right on Four Corners, that's KSJE's local and regional author program, hosted by Del Cherie Spinner. And this week, Del Cherie is speaking with author Garrett Peck from New Mexico about his latest book called The Bright Edges of the World. You'll hear that conversation today at 10:30 on KSJE. Don't forget, of course, you can also connect with us on other forms of social media like Instagram or Blue Sky or X, if that's your thing. If podcasts are your thing, you can find them wherever you listen to podcasts. KSJE publishes new podcasts almost every day, so check it out. Maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed, or better yet, use the KSJE radio app. Podcasts are right there. You can listen live and much, much more. It's available right now on the App Store and on Google Play. And a quick reminder, this Saturday, we hope you will join us right here at San Juan College at 10:30. It is the annual KSJE Zero Mile Fun Run. You can support the radio station for $20. We'll get you a T-shirt, and you can try your luck at the Zero Mile Fun Run. It is exactly what it sounds like, 0 miles. The race will start at 11. The race will end at 11:05, and you can go on with your Saturday morning. We hope to see you Saturday, May 2nd, here at San Juan College. Outside our studios, it is 40 degrees at the moment. It is a partly sunny morning this morning. We're expecting more sunshine today with a high of 67 degrees. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 45. It'll be partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 66 on Thursday. Take a look on Friday, though. A 70% chance of showers in the forecast. Colder weather, 62 degrees for a high on Friday. Maybe some more showers Friday night with a low of 44 before things dry up again on Saturday with partly sunny skies, a high of 65 on Saturday, 71 on Sunday, maybe 72, partly sunny on Monday. Back with my guest to talk Riverfest, New Mexico, right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, your community hospital serving the Four Corners. With a 115-year history of improving the quality of life, health, and care of individuals and families throughout our region. When life happens, San Juan Regional Medical Center is here to serve everybody. Find out more at sanjuanregional.com. KSJE is supported by Southwest Civic Winds. The Civic Winds Jazz Orchestra will present Jazz in the 505, 7 p.m. Friday, May 1st at First Presbyterian Church, 865 North Dustin Avenue in Farmington. The concert includes jazz, swing, funk, and blues. Tickets are $20, and the proceeds support music education for local students. Jazz in the 505, Friday, May 1st at 7 p.m. at First Presbyterian Church in Farmington. KSJE is supported by Riverfest, New Mexico, flowing through time. May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Riverfest needs volunteers. You must be 16 years of age or older. Go online to sign up for one or more 2-hour shifts. Riverfest, New Mexico, flowing through time, May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th along the Animas River in Farmington. Find out more online at riverfestnewmexico.com.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin morning program on KSJE.
Back in the studio this morning to talk about Riverfest, New Mexico, as I mentioned, with my guests who are here this morning from the River Reach Foundation Board of Directors. Dr. Joe Pope is here in the studio. Dr. Pope, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you, Scott.
Always good to see you, too. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it very much. Also from the Riverfest Planning Committee, Kristina Ottak is here. Good morning to you. Welcome back to KSJE. Great to have you both here to talk about, as I said, one of my favorite events to kick off summer, of course, which is Riverfest, which will be here before we know it, as we've been talking about, right? We're almost to May, and it'll be here Memorial Day weekend this year, and you all have been planning a lot for Riverfest. Lots of things going on, a few changes, a few improvements, and so that's why you're here this morning to kind of take us through a little bit about what you have planned. So I guess let's start maybe by talking about parking, because that's always a big deal, right? And so, Kristina, there's a little bit of changes there, right?
Yes, this year, like always, we're going to be having shuttles from the Civic Center in downtown Farmington and from the museum on Main Street to the parks. Those
Right.
will be running every 15 minutes. There will also be an option for paid parking this year at the MOC lot just off Browning Parkway by Animas Park.
Okay. That's probably the closest you can get, right?
That is the closest you can get to park at Riverfest this year on that side of the park.
Okay.
There,
You're encouraging folks to maybe look at some of those shuttle options and things like that then, right?
yes, so shuttles will be running every 15 minutes, and they're a great option to just get you right into the park.
Got it. And then in the park, too, you've got some other improvements planned as well with some kind of internal park shuttles as well from one end to the other?
Yes, we will be running shuttles from the Red Barn in Animas Park to Rocky Reach Landing, where we will have the stage set up, and Joe Tahoney Jr. and the White Mountain Apache dancers will be performing on Saturday. So get there a little early if you want to catch a shuttle to the stage, where we will be having shade set up for everybody to watch the show and live music at that stage all weekend.
Very, very good. Okay, so
Remind me, Kristina, do we still have the tractor rides?
Yes, we will have the Antique Tractor Show, and they have generously agreed to provide some tractor rides to get
Nice.
people from the Red Barn to close to the stage area.
gotcha. Very good. Nice. Very cool. And Dr. Pope, you were telling me earlier, and I neglected to mention to our viewers and listeners this morning, that they could kind of follow along as we talk this morning by going to the website.
Excellent idea. In fact, I have the Riverfest site open in front of me as a reference to talk to you today.
Right.
So maybe I would ask our listeners, if you're not on your car, of course,
No.
please sit down at your desk and open up this Riverfest site, riverfestnewmexico.com. And if you want to follow along, and I just think you'll learn a lot from it. And you could plan your trip to Riverfest
True.
most effectively this way, because
Right.
there are so many things you can go to. And just showing up is fine. You're going to have a good time. But if you want to focus on the things you want to see most, please use the website.
The bands and things like that, and the events that are going on, which we'll be talking about for sure. And again, it'll be coming up on May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Those are the official dates for Riverfest this year. And the big kickoff, of course, on Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. And then, of course, lots of events on Saturday from 10 to 8 and Sunday from 11 to 5. So just continues all weekend.
In the opening remarks, we'll have our mayor.
Course.
We'll have a number of people that'll show up
Yeah.
and speak to this, because it's a particular set of anniversaries, right, Kristina?
Big one, yeah.
Yes, so this is the 250th anniversary of the country, 125th anniversary of the city, and this is the 40th Riverfest that we will be putting on this year. That is with our theme, Flowing Through Time.
Right.
Just celebrating all of these great milestones.
That's amazing, and I know you're encouraging folks to come dressed as their favorite time traveler. Is that still something that you're encouraging folks to do?
Yeah, we would love to see some great costumes and themes down at Riverfest, and just everybody having a good time with the theme.
Very good, very good. I want to ask you too, of course, we celebrate the rivers, and the raft rides will be going and with a little bit of a change of venue.
Yes, we will have raft rides this year provided by Desert River Guides. There will be a small change this year. We're looking at having them float in the San Juan River, but you can still buy your tickets and reserve your time at Riverfest. We will have some booths there, and they will be running shuttles to get you to and from the river that they will be rafting on.
From the launch site over at the San Juan.
Slightly less convenient than launching from
Sure.
Bird Park. But I would say parking is going to be much less of a problem for people who want to have river trip
True.
experience.
But it's great that they'll still be available.
And there is an extra fee for that, right? I believe there is a cost for getting a raft ride.
Yes, there is a cost for a raft ride. I believe this year it's going to be $25, and that will include the shuttle to get to and from the launch and pickup site.
Got it. Very good.
Yeah.
You've got everything covered, so that's terrific. So very good. Well, let's talk about some of the other things that are coming up too, because I know there are some major events, some other things happening, some entertainment, of course. You mentioned the Joe Tahoney Dancers, of course, which is a big draw, I know, at Riverfest almost every year when they're able to join us, so that's great.
Yes, we love working with them. They will be performing on Saturday.
Right.
We also have the gourd dance going on Sunday.
Sure.
As an opening band on Friday, though, we have Barakatenga coming from Albuquerque to open. And we also have the Latin Music Award winner from Albuquerque, Severo y Grupo y Fuego, performing over the weekend. So we're really excited about that. And of course, we have local favorites like Julie and the Boys and some others. And some high school marching bands are going to be performing for us this
Excellent.
year. Yeah.
Once again, if you're on the website, go ahead and look at the music schedule. It'll blow your mind.
There you
how
go.
many bands there are and how many opportunities you might have.
Yeah, and again, if you want to plan your visit, if you've got a favorite band, that's the great way to do that, right? To be able to see your favorite band playing what time, what day, what location, and
Give yourself a little time. You don't arrive at the moment you expect to
Right.
hear the concert, because it's a little bit of trouble to park and get your way into the park.
Right.
So do plan well.
That's true. Very true. Also, for our video audience, we are showing the poster on the screen right now with a QR code. I imagine that will take you also to the Riverfest New Mexico website to be able to see what we're talking about as well.
Yep, that's right. That'll take you to our site where you can view the schedule and sign up to volunteer to help us out. We are always happy to have volunteers. There's a lot of fun things you can be doing at Riverfest if you want to make some friends, work alongside some community members, and just have a really good time. Plus, you get a free T-shirt.
A free T-shirt is a great thing too, and maybe a parking pass, or maybe not.
So once again, on the Riverfest website,
Yeah.
go to the tabs marked support,
Right.
and then look for the volunteers, and there's a easy way to sign up. You must be 16 or older, right?
Yes,
Are
Okay.
you over 16, by the way?
just barely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, see, there you go. But it wouldn't be Riverfest without the work of all your volunteers, and we do give a shout out to them because it really makes this event happen, because it's just such a big community event, and of course this is a big fundraiser for the River Reach Foundation, of course, too. And so again, thanks to River Reach, happy 40th anniversary, and with Riverfest. And so the funds are going to help with some playground equipment, I understand, too, from this year's Riverfest.
Yes, so we just had our last project finish in the park. We have some shade structures down at Cottonwood Landing that we worked with the city to put up.
Nice.
Thank you to the Parks and Rec Department and the Cultural Affairs Department, of course.
So we'll get to see those this year at Riverfest.
They're up.
Yep, they're
they're
up.
ready.
They're hopefully being used, and as we're headed towards summer, they'll be great.
Yeah.
Our next project is we would like to work on updating the playground equipment at the Berg East Playground right there on the river. Again, we'll be working closely with the city on that, but we
Nice.
hope that we can raise the funds over Riverfest to really get that going in the next year.
Very good. Well, I know those playgrounds are used a lot by the community, and so it's great to be able to kind of freshen up and improve and replace some of that equipment that's maybe a little worn out from all that use. So that's a great thing. Also, you mentioned the shade structures, and I know you have vendors that'll be part of Riverfest and probably will really enjoy the shade structures when we get into a couple of weeks here into May. And so they'll also be kind of scattered throughout the park, right?
Yes, we will have vendors throughout Animas and Berg Parks and all points in between.
Right.
How many? We were trying to decide.
Yeah.
Trying to decide how to characterize that. I don't think it's hundreds, but it's
More
way
than
more
100, yeah.
Okay.
More than 100 food
Yeah.
vendors, arts and crafts vendors, fine art vendors, and what we call our non-food vendors with all sorts of toys and gizmos and gadgets. And I know we have some 3D printer folks coming and things like that. And always there's some cool T-shirts and things you can get at Riverfest.
Nice.
Let's mention the food vendors. I mean, it's like being at the state fair, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
Amazing variety of foods.
True.
Joe, you were telling us about somebody who won a competition on the Food Network that's going to be with us.
Yeah, Justin
Mr.
Piocci. Yeah. Piocci Food Group will be one of the food vendors at Riverfest, right? And Justin just off of his win on Chopped, the TV show. We had him on the show last week after it was announced.
right.
So that was exciting. So he'll be there with his company and his family.
He has frequented our fair for years. He wasn't with us last year for some reason, but yeah, he's been a great attender of
Yeah.
our event.
But he'll be there, and other food vendors too, right?
Yeah, we will have food vendors from all over the area. We have a couple of new vendors this year, as well as some classics, probably turkey legs and all of the fried fair foods that your little heart desires, right, Dr. Pope?
Indeed.
I don't know if your heart desires it, but
Gain
maybe
weight. You might gain weight during this weekend.
you might. That's very true.
What about beer and wine?
Right.
Yeah, we'll be working with Clancy's to have 2 beer and wine areas set up, one at the Animas side of the park and one at the Berg side of the park.
Very good.
Get yourself a refreshing beverage.
Excellent.
Alcoholic or otherwise, yeah.
That's right.
Lots of options for sure. So that's wonderful. And some other events too that are going on. Of course, one near and dear to my heart is the wiener dog races. I've been asked again to MC, which is always a great time for me. Thank you for inviting me back. But that is a popular event on Saturday, May 23rd, right? The first race at 10 a.m.
Yep. Registration starts at 8:30. So if you have a wiener dog, and they must be a wiener dog, come and race them.
There you go.
What constitutes a wiener dog?
We will have an on-site judge of the wiener dogginess of the wiener dogs this
Okay,
year.
they will determine, and that's the decision is final of that judge,
Indeed.
I think, right?
Indeed, yeah.
That is right.
There you go.
I think they're talking about going by leg length. So.
Okay, all right. That's pretty specific for that breed, so that would make sense. Again, the QR code on the screen for our viewers. If you want to register, that should take you right there. Thanks to Civitans for helping to coordinate the wiener dog races again this year.
Yes, we really do appreciate their help with running that event. It is world famous wiener dog races. So,
Well, along with the wiener dog race, we have many other events sponsored by particular sponsors. And
Yes.
These sponsorships are not cheap. That's one of my jobs, is to help go out and find these sponsorships. So I'll say here on this show, go to the website again and look under support and sponsor information if you're interested in being a sponsor. There's an online form to fill out if you want to.
It's not too late?
It is not too late.
Okay.
It's never too late.
Okay.
In fact, it costs a lot of money to have this event, and it costs a lot of money to do the things that we do, like shade structures and playground equipment and the pavers. And I mean, over the years, can you imagine the amount of money and work that has gone into improving our park and making it more accessible to our public?
No, very true. And it's a great resource for community members and visitors alike. And I think it's been a great partnership between the River Reach Foundation and the city to be able to do a lot of the things that have been done at the park system. And the trails are still growing, and there's still plans for more, I know. A certain newspaper columnist just wrote about the extension of one of the trails that will be worked on. So it's exciting to see, and it's really been a great addition to that part of
Farmington
the town.
is a beautiful community, and we are interested in people visiting us, and we are interested in people wanting to move to this town.
Sure.
And I'll tell you, when I have out-of-town guests, we go down and walk at Bird Park, and to a person they say, "This is your town? This is really a lovely facility."
Right.
And they're amazed that we have such a beautiful thing. And the other thing I like to point out about our rivers is that we're in one little corner of the state, and we have 66% of all the river water that runs in New Mexico comes through our county.
Right. No, that's amazing, right?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
true.
there are other rivers, but
No,
that's where the action is.
And even though, we still worry about water and things like that, but compared to other communities in our state, Farmington and San Juan County is a little bit in a little better shape than others when we talk about that. And so it's great that we are able to have these parks to enjoy it and to see it right in the middle of town is what I get to from my friends that come and say, I can't believe this is right in the middle of town. And, it looks like I'm out in the middle of the wilderness somewhere. So it's been great. And I know for folks the old timers who have been here longer maybe than all of us will remember when the river banks were full of maybe not so pretty things, and River Reach really cleaned that up, and that's why we can enjoy it today. And I'll get off my soapbox, but that's kind of what I always like to remember
I would have said the same thing.
about that. So yeah, exactly. The duck race is coming back for Riverfest again this year, yes?
That's right. You can buy your tickets right now at riverfestnewmexico.com. It's $5 per ticket. First prize is $2,000. We put on this event with the Rio del Sol Kiwanis Club here in Farmington. Again, we're so appreciative of them for taking the lead on that. I know that they, as a group, are working on numbering over 2,000 ducks.
All those ducks, yes, right?
And
That's a Sunday event, isn't it?
The Sunday
that
event,
is on Sunday. That is one of the last events of Riverfest. Just a great way to close out the weekend by being able to hand out a lot of money.
Yeah, right. But if you want to cheer on your duck, I guess you can be at Rocky Beach Landing at 3 p.m. on Sunday.
That's right, and it is just so much fun just to see all of those ducks racing down Willets Ditch there. And I know the Kiwanis Club just really has a good time with it. They were talking about their trash cans full of ducks the other day, so.
Getting them ready, so that's wonderful. So that's coming up as well, of course. And the other event that I did want to point out too is the Recycled Fashion Show, which is back again this year. Another Sunday event as well, right?
That's right. We are very excited to be working with Waste Management on this one. And Janine Valdez here is taking the lead. She's so great. But yeah, this is a great event to come see. You will see some real creative, really fun
Very
items.
creative, I must say. Again, that's another event
It's really fun.
that I get to help with, and it's always great to see the different outfits that people make from just recycled stuff. That's amazing. You wouldn't think maybe that could be made into a piece of clothing, cereal box or something, and it is, and it's amazing to see. So those are just some of the great events as part of Riverfest this year. And so what are some of the other things that are also coming up that you want to highlight too?
We will be working with the Nature Center in Animas Park. There will be some interpretive events going on down there with their new museum coordinator. I mentioned the gourd dance, but that's also a Sunday event.
Right, thank you.
That is.
But it's huge. It's really well attended.
It's great, and it's that's over in Veterans Memorial Park.
Right.
On Sunday afternoon.
I believe.
Sunday afternoon.
Dr. Pope's on the website. He will find it.
We will also be having the 5K race on Saturday morning. If you want to start your Riverfest with that particular event.
Okay, right. That's going on as well, and you can register for that now too, can you not?
Yes, you can register for that.
Nice.
Rafting, like we said, that's a huge part of Riverfest. Again, we're working with Desert River Guides to provide rafting.
And schedule all those and the trips and things like that. So folks, if they've got visitors coming in, they can try to maybe reserve a time or reserve some tickets and stuff like that, right?
Desert River Guides, again, they're a local company here in town. They have a website, and they would be more than happy to work with you guys
That's what they do. They do
Getting
that all
on
the
the
time.
river,
So
yeah.
they know the river for sure, no matter which river you're rafting on. So that's great. And again, we're just so excited to have this coming up again. Again, the theme is flowing through time because of all the different things that are happening this year, 2026. Who knew? It was such a momentous year, but of course the country celebrates its 250th anniversary in July, so we're going to celebrate that a little early. City of Farmington, 125 years old, so we're celebrating that throughout the whole year. The city's gone gangbusters with that anniversary. And of course, it's the 40th Riverfest as well, and the River Reach Foundation.
Yes, we are
congratulations.
so excited. Yes, thank you.
I think it is the largest, the most attended event in the county
So
every year. We estimate it's
Right.
30,000. We haven't got really solid figures.
You're not standing at the gate with a clicker?
No,
Just
we're not.
clicking everybody coming into
there's-
the... Okay. But I would doubt
I mean,
it.
people come and go. It's
No, I
there's so
wouldn't doubt
many
it at all.
so many barriers to getting a good count, but we've used some pseudoscientific methods.
I've been on those
to come up with
paths, and I can tell you it's 30,000 people. I rub elbows with them, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's one of the bigger events here in town. I think the only one who beats us is the Connie Mac tournament, but we're hot on their heels.
There you go. Very true.
No, and it's a great chance for us to bring vendors from all over the area. You know, we have people coming from Gallup and Phoenix and Albuquerque and just all over the Four Corners region to come up here and share all of the things that they have made and just it's a great way to bring people together to do that economic stimulation and also just to make friends and meet
Sure.
people and you know.
And we demonstrate a huge cultural span of people that perform and attend
Right.
this event. It's very multicultural.
Well, it's a great reflection on the community.
It is.
And that's kind of what it's designed to do as well. And it's, again, great to see just so many different types of people enjoying Riverfest, and I mean that like with families, or you see people walking their dogs, or people maybe just down on the paths. I know when there's not Riverfest, people are riding their bikes and things like that. Maybe that weekend not so much because it's really busy. And
People of all ages. I
All
think
ages
is-
are there,
and
that's
that's kind of, I think that's nice. We have the transportational support.
Yeah.
To get people
Around.
to some of these events that are otherwise too hard to walk to.
Sure.
This is a huge geographic spread that we have.
That's true. That's very true. And let's talk about that one more time in case folks forgot about it from the beginning of our conversation. But again, you've got shuttles and things that are planned. There's paid parking at the MOC this year, which is just off of Browning Parkway. That's available this year, right, for the first time?
Yes, that will be available, so you can get as close as possible to the action over there. We'll also be providing shuttles inside the park by hayride and also with some golf carts to support some mobility challenged folks from the Red Barn and Animas Park to the stage area at Rocky Reach Landing. We'll be providing that all weekend for folks that are trying to get to and from that stage. There will be shuttles from Animas and Berg Park
Right.
provided. We're working with Red Apple Transit for that. Red Apple Transit will also be helping us with shuttles from the Civic Center and from the museum to both parks. So you can park there and get a shuttle in. Those will be running throughout the event.
Very good. So those are other and probably more convenient parking options, I would say, for folks who are wanting to come, and they can just go to the Civic Center or the Farmington Museum there on East Main and grab the shuttle, which are running
Take advantage of that.
regularly and free, and get in and out of the park that way.
That's right, yep.
I want to volunteer as a driver of one of the golf carts. So
Is that your...
we may rename that the Pope Mobile.
I think you should.
Okay.
I think I would ride that. So there you are. That would be great. And speaking of volunteers, you're still looking for volunteers for folks to do a variety of different jobs throughout Riverfest, yes?
Yes, we are. It's a great opportunity to, maybe get a group of friends together, all volunteer at the same time. It's a great way to hang out with each other, to contribute to Riverfest, and to meet people and just have a chance to be a part of the action down there.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to be a volunteer, to attend as a guest, and even, working with it like Joe and I will be. It's just so much fun. So we want you to come to riverfestnewmexico.com to the support page and sign up as a volunteer. You will
Please.
receive, please, and you
Right.
will receive a free t-shirt.
There you go.
and get to know that you helped put on just a really fun event.
I think you'll have fun during the event. I mean, it's work, and can be tedious, and there may be heavy things to lift for some strong people.
Some jobs,
but
right.
Indeed, you're part of the action, and
Yeah.
you're still interacting, and you're enjoying this amazing event.
True, very true. And again, you got to be 16 years or older,
Right.
and that's really about the only other limitations on being a volunteer. And you've got different jobs, so if people don't want to lift heavy things, they can find a job that they don't lift heavy things.
I want to remind people too that volunteers, attendees, whoever, please be prepared for weather. You're right. This is Farmington, New Mexico, and sometimes it's windy, and we've seen rain occasionally. We
Right.
mostly see lovely days that time of year.
Right.
But do be prepared.
Sure.
Wear decent shoes. Have some kind of cover for rain and for cold.
Right.
It can happen.
And I know there's usually plenty of water, I think, too, it's available throughout the park. So for folks and things like that.
Yep, we will have water for sale, of course.
Right.
But remember to bring your hat and your sunscreen. It is going to be summer on the river.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, all the conditions can be. We've seen it 90 degrees, and we've seen it 40 degrees, I think,
Yeah.
at Riverfest.
That sounds about right. And this year, who knows? I'm not even going to go out on a limb to predict what it's going to be
What
like.
about water in the river? I'm a little more optimistic after seeing the latest snow in our mountains north of us.
Mm-hmm.
But the prediction is that the river flow will diminish.
It'll be a
by then.
little lower than we're used to seeing,
And that's
perhaps.
why we have moved the venue for the raft
Sure.
parade and raft rides.
The raft
over
rides will
to
go on.
among the waters area.
Exactly. So very good. Well, that's terrific. I'm glad that they're still going. And again, Desert River guys do a great job. And so those are the vendors again
They are
for
professionals.
for the
They
raft
do
rides
this all
again
the
this
time.
year. Yeah, very true. Well, we're just about out of time, you two. So it's
that's too
Riverfest, New Mexico. I know we could talk about this all day, and I know sometimes I do. But it is coming up May 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Flowing through time, dress as your favorite time traveler, and we hope everyone will get a chance to come down at least one of those days to check out, or all three, and check out all the things that you've got planned at the park, all along the Animas River. Again, it's one of the great gems of Farmington, that spot there. So congrats to River Reach Foundation and the City of Farmington, and thanks again to the city and Parks and Rec, I would think, too, for putting us all together and helping you with all
There's
these
a
things.
long list of
Definitely.
thanks to be given.
Yeah.
The Cultural and Visitors Bureau, Parks and Rec, the Cultural Affairs team, and just the great folks that work within all of those teams, and the City of Farmington. We appreciate the support and the partnership that we have with them.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you, Scott, for having us on the show today.
You are welcome. It's always great to have you all here, and we appreciate again what you all do in the partnership. And we will be there Friday, as we do, with an on-the-road show to show people what's going on opening night. And it's always great to be able to do that and be down there and just enjoy the river and the folks that are there for the opening night festivities. So we're looking forward to that as well. No matter what the weather is, we'll be there. So thank you both very much for being here. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Scott.
It's Joe Pope and Kristina Ottak, my guests from Riverfest, New Mexico, here with me on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.